Good evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I am the host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and I am about to get started with the weather for your evening. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Thursday. And let's go on and look at the radar. And the radar right now is really just showing some thunderstorms and showers off the coast of South Carolina, even some showers over here just to the south of Orangeburg and just to the east of Barnwell. Showers all the way up here inside of kind of like the northeastern portion towards Bennettville, South Carolina. And as we zoom our way out, here's what we can expect for the entire United States. We have flood watches that go all the way up into the northeastern portion of the United States and South Carolina. We do have some rain all the way up here inside of Canada, and over here inside of the Four Corners region, we do have some showers, storms going through that region, even into places into like California. Parts of the Pacific Northwest is also receiving some rain as we continue through there. Here is our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now is showing really just some kind of like some light, moderate cloud cover right now throughout most of the state. There are some light cloud cover, or some light, I should say some blue, kind of like black blue skies, or like clear skies, like blue during day, black during the nighttime hours, but clear skies going through like Florence, Myrtle Beach right now, and just to the east of Columbia, we do have some more clearing over there as well. And as we continue through, here is our cloud cover for the future. As we push this forward, you start to see cloud cover will move out, especially as we get into tomorrow. This morning, it wasn't really looking like we weren't going to see really too much in terms of clearing, but now it seems to be that our cloud cover is going to try and move out of the way. Here's our current temperature: 73 in Columbia, 82 in Charleston, 82 inside of Beaufort, 79 at Myrtle Beach, 73 in Rock Hill, 75 in Greenville, 77 in Anderson, 77 in Sumter and Florence. Here's our low temperatures right now: 74 in Columbia, 77 in Charleston, 79 in Hilton Head Island, 77 in Georgetown, 77 in Myrtle Beach, 71 in Rock Hill, 71 in Spartanburg, 72 Greenville, 73 inside of Anderson, and as well as 74 in Sumter and Florence. Here is our forecast precipitation through the next 24 hours. You see that pretty much 1.5 to 2 inches possible inside of Moncks Corner, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach as well. Maybe even half an inch to an inch possible in Charleston, Walterboro, and Hilton Head Island. Tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible in Barnwell, Sumter, and quarter of an inch to half an inch possible in Florence and Cheraw. Also have the potential to see some rain up there inside of the upstate, but right now it just seems to be kind of just like little traces, not really much in terms of heavy precipitation. In terms of severe weather, let's go and let's see the day one risk right here. So not really any sort of severe threat as we go into tonight, but as we go into tomorrow, which is Friday, not really again a severe threat, especially even up there in the upstate where no thunderstorms are expected up there inside the upstate, but inside from the upstate all the way down towards the coastline, we do have the threat of some thunderstorms through there, not severe. And same thing pretty much with Saturday, just the coast areas, low country, South Carolina, PD regions of South Carolina has a chance of receiving thunderstorms through that region. Here's our day one excessive rainfall outlook. You can see that we do have moderate risk that goes all the way up from Rock Hill all the way down towards like Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach region, and it kind of goes towards like Laurinburg, North Carolina. And then we also do have a slight risk that goes all the way up from North Carolina down all the way to like the Charleston, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant regions to like Beaufort, up going towards like Conway, Florence, Loris as well. Columbia is included in there, and then a marginal risk that goes from Hilton Head Island kind of like around goes all the way up towards the Greenville region as well. Going to tomorrow, we do have a slight risk of excessive rainfall that goes all the way from Charleston, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, up into the North Carolina regions, but then we also do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall that goes all the way from just to the north and east of Savannah up through North Carolina. For Saturday, no threat for Saturday in terms of excessive rainfall, but then as we get into Sunday, we do also have another threat of minor flooding that goes all the way from Greenville all the way down towards the coast. Same thing almost with Monday, as well as the Monday of next week. We do have a threat of some minor flooding that goes just to the south and east of Greenville down towards the coastline. So minor flooding will be an issue even as we go through the next couple of days, even though Debby is out. And speaking of the tropics, let's go on and talk about that right now. So here is actually tropical depression, Debby, 35 miles an hour right now. Heavy rainfall is expected across portions of the Carolinas. Obviously, it's expected to persist through today, along with areas of considerable flooding. Heavy rainfall will also result in considerable to locally catastrophic flooding impacts across portions of the mid-Atlantic states and northeast through Saturday morning. So that's pretty much that in terms of tropical depression Debby. Here's the rainfall rates again. Not really too much pretty much for South Carolina. But North Carolina and Virginia, all the way up into the northeast, will still see their rain. And again, nothing for South Carolina anymore. It kind of goes up towards the northeast and goes up towards like Canada. But after that, that's pretty much it in terms of Debby. But we're not done quite yet because here is what Debby is doing. But as we go up into the National Hurricane Center and Central Pacific Hurricane Center outlook, we do have a threat for some development down here. A tropical wave located over the tropical Atlantic several hundred miles west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands is producing widespread disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Any development of the wave should be slow to occur during the next couple of days while it moves westward across the central tropical Atlantic. And pretty much conditions are expected to become more conducive for development, and a tropical depression could form while it approaches the Lesser Antilles by early next week. The system is then forecasted to move west-northwestward and could approach the Greater Antilles from the middle part of next week to like the end part of next week. Pretty much not really a threat for the next 48 hours, won't form during the next 48 hours, but the next 7 days it does have a 50% chance to form. This was at a 30%, I'm pretty sure, this morning, but now it's already at a 50%, so they're getting way more confident that this could form, especially as we get into next week. So we're going to go and check out the models for that real quick. But before we do that, let's talk about the models for the near-term future first, and then we'll get into far-term models in terms of the future and talking about that little system right there. So this is not the live radar, but as we continue and move all the way to around 9 o'clock ish, this is what the radar was forecast to look like at 9 o'clock. Pretty accurate from what's going on right now. Here's 10 o'clock right here, and as we move it forward, showers, storms will still move through the low country of South Carolina even as we go to around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And showers will be right behind it, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. But then as we get to around 10 o'clock in the morning, no rain is forecasted, but some can form at around the noon periods. More showers, more storms will form. That probably won't be too much associated with Debby, but still thunderstorms either way. Here's what 4 or 5 o'clock could look like. Still more showers, more storms going through. And then maybe even a strong storm potentially during the evening time up there somewhere in the upstate. And as we go into August the 10th, we do have a chance for some more showers. More thunderstorms are possible through August the 10th. And that's pretty much it in terms of just the future. So let's go and let's check out the tropical tidbits real quick. Let me pull that up real quick and then go down here. Alright, here it is right here. As you push this forward, system right here is pretty much going to be out. Debby's going to be out. Not really much in terms of Debby. But as you continue to push this forward, not really much. I mean, again, it's really just seeming like it's just going to be another shower thunderstorm activity that we've been seeing over the past month or so, honestly. But there it goes, right there. You see this 975 millibar hurricane down here. That's what's forecast to happen with the American model, and it's pretty much going to miss us completely according to just this one model run and kind of go out and just try to become a major hurricane and not make landfall at all. So this could be like a Hurricane Lee 2.0 if you don't know Hurricane Lee last year. It pretty much came close to the U.S. Pretty much just gave us some rip currents, but it didn't really cause too much in terms of like huge amounts of damage. I guess for the northeast maybe, but not for like the southeast at all. And then continuing it forward, just that regular shower thunderstorm pattern throughout most of South Carolina as we get through the next 300 or so hours. We can look at the Euro model as well in terms of just the system that we're watching down inside of the southwestern Atlantic, and pretty much has the same scenario, has it getting to hurricane status, but that's as far as it goes, and it's probably going to want to curve it somewhere upward. So honestly, we might not have to worry about this, but still something that we're going to have to watch either way. Icon probably saying the same thing. We'll see what it says though. It actually has it down here. So this could, again, it could go towards South Carolina, it can go up towards the Atlantic, it could go towards Florida, it could go down towards like Mexico. We don't know quite yet, so we're going to have to wait a little bit and just see what happens as we get through there. But that's pretty much it in terms of like forecast models for this potential hurricane. Let's go and let's talk to the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's check everyone out right now. Gonna move this over here, and I'm going to push this in, miss. All right, here we go. My cousin Cheryl says, "Hey, meteorologist Jay, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to hearing you during the week. So proud of you. Keep up the good work. Love you much, Aunt Cheryl." Thank you so much for your message. My Nana says, "Hello, Jay. It is raining again here." Yes, it is raining at my house. Let me see. We're going to check and see how much rain I got today real quick, on the fly real quick. Close to an inch, not quite, 9/10 of an inch. So I didn't quite hit an inch, but it was close. It was very close to an inch today. My friend Shema says, "Nice report, thank you." My cousin Thad says, "Good evening, Joseph. I hope you had an awesome day." I did have an awesome day. Thank you so much for asking. I got a good picture of a rainbow. I'll show that. If we have time at the end, I will show that because I did get a pretty good picture there. Shout out to my friend Shema inside the chat. Shout out to him. My cousin says, hi Joseph, thank you for the forecast updates with Tropical Storm Debby. I appreciate you so much. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for your message." And then we have Austin for Miss Chevy. Thank you. And then my cousin that says, "Why is Debbie so mad? Maybe we should rename her Karen." I mean, from what I know, it's pretty much, it's kind of doing like a Beryl type thing. If you guys remember what Hurricane Beryl did, it wasn't expected to hit Category 5 status, but it did, and it became that major hurricane. It went over towards Texas, and I think some people in Texas have still not regained power from Beryl, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure. I might have to get a fact check on that, because that might not be true, but some people were asking, like, is there still some people from Beryl that's still without power? Honestly, I have no idea. But it's been, I forgot how long it's been since Beryl. It's been, I think, a month, maybe a bit more than a month. I'm not quite sure. But honestly, if it is true that some people are still without power, that's a very bad situation, because being without power for that long, honestly, I've never been through that. Hopefully I never will, but still, that's something that I would not want to go through, especially with it being almost a month without power. But continuing to push this forward, not really much in terms of San Antonio and in terms of rain. And if you guys do not know why we do a San Antonio and Raleigh forecast, we have viewers inside of San Antonio and Raleigh. So that's why we do these little forecasts right here. I also do have another one I have to talk about. Just a little mentions from somewhere from Chicago as well. I'll talk about that after all this, though. In terms of rain, in terms for San Antonio, just some rain possible. Let me see, the 10th, that is Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. Or Saturday, you do have a chance. Saturday early morning, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you do have a chance for some showers to push through there. But other than that, that's pretty much it in terms of rain. In terms of temperatures, though, move it down a little bit, and we go to around 9 o'clock in the morning. Gonna wait for this little thing at the top, and then as we push this forward, again, really just seeming like low temperatures tonight seems to be around like 83-ish. Low temperatures around like, yeah, I'd say around 79, 76, and around like very early in the morning. And then as you get even into tomorrow morning, high temperatures around 98, 99. Low temperatures tomorrow around 78, and then around 90, I'd say around 98, 99-ish. Again, probably on Saturday. As we move up here to Raleigh, North Carolina, though, let me push my way up here. And then as we push through here, low temperatures tonight around 73, high temperatures tomorrow around 80, and then low temperatures around 75, high temperatures around 86, 87 going into Saturday. And then as we go into rainfall for Raleigh as well, wait for this thing to load up. Here we go. Tonight, obviously, with tropical storm or tropical depression Debby, I almost forgot the name, pushing through, showers will still be possible as you go through tonight, and then as you go into tomorrow as well, more showers, more storms are still possible. Even tomorrow evening as well, showers and downpours will still be possible through there, even into Saturday as well. In terms of severe weather, let me get that out. So we'll do excessive rainfall first. Here is day 1. Obviously, Raleigh does have the threat for catastrophic flooding as we go through tonight. Really, the reason why is just because of that rainfall. You probably have already seen a lot, and more rain added on top of that is not really the best thing that you want to see. And then here is day 2. Again, another day of potential catastrophic flooding for Raleigh. Nothing for San Antonio still. But then as you get into like the later portions of Friday, pretty much it has just a slight risk out. So some scattered flooding is possible for Raleigh again going into like Friday night. Saturday, not really a threat for either place. Raleigh does have a minor risk of flooding on Sunday. Same thing. Just nothing for both Raleigh and San Antonio for day 5 on Monday. And probably no threat of any type of severe weather, most likely. And if we do have a threat, it would probably be for Raleigh for tonight, just with a 2% chance of tornadoes. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of that. Let's go. I do want to talk about that because I just saw it inside the chat. Does Linwood, Illinois show any rain or in Chicago? Yes, I do want to talk about that because I did get a request from somebody to please talk about that. So I will do that real quick. Shouldn't be too long. I'm just going to show the 7-day outlook. Up here in Chicago, or close to, Linwood, Illinois. Around like 1/10 of an inch to maybe 2/10 of an inch through the next week. So not a lot of rain at all. In terms of close to Chicago, close to the Illinois-Indiana border. Not really much for either place just because this pattern that you have like a very dry patch. You can kind of see the dry patch in like the Great Lakes region, and it's kind of just circling around it. You can see that the rain's pretty much going around it, but not really much for the center area. Most likely because of a high pressure, if I was to try and guess. Again, that's just me guessing. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I think, in my opinion. And that pretty much covers that. Not really much in terms of anything, in terms of rain for Chicago. I do have a picture of a rainbow real quick that I want to show. And then after that, we're going to head out. If I have any more pictures, again, you can send your pictures or any type of weather picture that you have at scweather360@gmail.com. If you guys want to send any sort of just weather pictures or anything like that, you can send them to me that way, and I will share them on the stream with everyone on here. But this is the picture that I got from right at my house, right here. You can see, let me zoom in a little bit. Can I move it a bit to the right? I think I can. Yes. All right. So right here you can see there was a little bit of a rainbow over my house. First time I think I've seen one IRL, and or in real life, but if I have seen one in real life, it wasn't this good. This is actually the first actual good rainbow that I've actually seen in real life, and this was actually just right outside my garage, so it wasn't even like I had to travel anywhere, not like I had to really look at it. I just walked outside and I just saw it, so I decided to get a picture of it so I can show it for tonight. So you guys can get screenshots, any type of pictures of my picture that I have. You can just take a screenshot, you can share it, you can do whatever you want with it. But that's pretty much that in terms of my picture that I got. And this will be uploaded again, so you don't have to really worry about missing it or anything like that. But in terms of subscribers, we're at 192. Our subscriber goal of 200. We're trying to get to 200 by August the 31st, which is a Saturday, in about 3 or so weeks. So we don't have too much longer left. We just need to get 8 more. Just 8 more. That's all we need. And once we get that 8, we will be pretty much in the zone. We'll be ready to go. Let me check out for the last bit of chats real quick, or the last bit of comments. Good evening to you, Mr. Anthony. Does Linwood, Illinois? I just talked about that. Beautiful, and then beautiful rainbow. Thank you for that. Well, I shouldn't really be saying thank you. Should be thanking the rain and the sunshine. Both, when both come together, both kind of start to form a rainbow. So I shouldn't be thanking me. But in terms of the picture-wise, yes, you should be. But in terms of just of the rainbow being there. But that's all that I have in terms of for tonight. Hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your Thursday. And I will be back tomorrow morning with another forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic Thursday.